27 minutes remaining in this third heat of the morning, the seeding round. John Florence, world champion, is back in a big way, sitting in the best position he's ever been in after an opening championship tour contest in the Surfers contest. And Mikey Wright, also a former winner here in Newcastle at the qualifying series level, but it's John Florence who's going to get things started. Nice looking little wall. And he absolutely mashed those first two sections.
Beautiful opening wave, Ron, for John there, and you know, he's been doing the work.
Really does look like the man to beat this season. Just so strong on the rail, especially once the swell starts kicking. Mikey Wright getting his first ride here. Won the Surfest event back in 2018. Yeah, Mikey, you know, probably is the underdog going up against John, but he's got good memories competing against the world champion that he can call on. Upset him as a wild card back in 2018 up there at the opening event of the season on the Gold Coast, but Mikey takes a fall there and he'll fall to the bottom of the priority order now.
Priority is going to be important today. You raised a good point there. Here we go, John just having a little sniff at this one, Ron.
The yellow leaders jersey. He wears it well, looking sharp at the moment. It's just kicked things off brilliantly so far. 6.67 on his first ride. He's backed it up with a 3.33.
That it almost is kind of the first small wave event of the year anyway. And here he goes, up and riding.
Yeah, that wave just faded away on him. Not much to talk about at the moment with his scoreline looking pretty dismal, but Mikey Wright starting to flare up. This will be his best ride. Wave number 4 for the Australian.
You know, subconsciously just gone into Superman mode and took it upon himself to save a life, so congrats to him.
Yago Dora up at the moment. Looking for something to launch off. Finds that projection, whips that tail, can't ride out though. Just over 20 minutes to go. Let's hear from the winner of the last heat with Stace. And here's a look at the replay of that last ride.
Yeah, just a big opening swoop, cuts back into the whitewater, then gets the little rebound and then finishes off quite nice as well, just hacks it. One thing I've noticed with John surfing, watch his upper and lower body contortion. His lower body will go one way.
And another big part of the preparation for John was working closely with Ross Williams and identifying the perfect equipment for this series of events. How's that opening manoeuvre from the multiple world champion, driving through to the inside, gets the finish, but that was an explosive first turn. He's not done with this one just yet, milking it right through to the inside. We heard Rabbit Bartholomew in the booth earlier. Through to the sandbar now for our competitors. Mikey Wright picking one off. Replay of his last ride, getting that board vert for a moment, whipping it up there into the roof one more time. So Mikey's starting to build some numbers as well. Every single addition you can make to your scoreline, whether it's a minor decimal score, is going to be very crucial in getting the jump on your rivals in these earlier rounds. And John Florence, he wasn't going to give up on that wave. He really juiced it right to the beach.
Yeah, I'm down here with the BF Goodrich pit check. Got Mikey Wright's backup board. He's just opted for a regular shorty today. I think a few of the competitors would probably be using a step down in these kind of conditions, but Mikey's been warming up on his regular 6.0s and he's opted to stick with that today.
You see Yago just making a motion for this one now.
Always just one section away from a huge score, Yago Dora. And he's hitting at these sections, but just has that little bit of desperation and just forcing it somewhat. Even John there now, I think he can afford to really throw some high-risk turns. A promising looking forecast from Surfline for the contest, but we want to save those great days for the later stages of the event. Mikey Wright up. And as you mentioned, you know, there's surfers on the championship tour who have a quicker pace than Mikey, but when he does a turn, he does it with authority.
It's always more attractive and more impactful when you hit those big turns, and watch Mikey just slams it there, does the drop wallet and gets the perfect transition into that final turn.
Back. Nice morning here at Merriweather for the Rip Curl Newcastle Cup, presented by Corona. John Florence, the two-time world champion, chasing a third in 2021. Is on fire out here at the moment. Kicked off this heat with a 6.67. He's been busy out there in this lineup. Also has a 7.23, and that'll be another decent number. The number 1 position. But he'd be happy just to progress behind John, who's up once again. Wave number 8 here. And just really flowing nicely, allowing him to string together some manoeuvres as Yago Dora, the Brazilian, finally sticks one of those frontside air reverses. That's going to feel good. This is a manoeuvre that they scrutinise very heavily these days because we do see so many of them. How do you think that one's going to fare?
It's going to fare okay. I'm not going to put it into the excellent range just because he didn't get the full rotation. It looked amazing and it looked super dynamic.
As we get down to the 5.5 minute mark, Yago making another move now. He'll be inspired by that number and he'll go looking for another here. Loading up instantly, just gets busy, generating some speed for this end section, and there is a loftier version of the same turn, so a 6 on his last ride. He likes the feel of that one a little bit better, and also enjoying the showdown here. It's the return of the prodigal son, Luke Egan. What have you made of the first few heats of the morning, and what have you made of John Florence's performance so far?
Well, John Florence has Mitchell Ross in his corner, and Mitchell's one of the best surfers off the rocks at Merriweather, so I was very surprised the other two guys left him out over there at the rocks on his own to pick out the little gems.
Can't get over the hump though. This heat is going to close out without Mikey getting that opportunity. Yago on yet another air reverse on the inside, and he'll finish up in second position. Physically looks strong, equipment looking sharp, and some explosive manoeuvres laid down in this seeding round. And he'll charge on through to round 3. Great to see some fans on the beach. Yago not getting the score that he needed to get into first position there. So Florence holds on to the number 1 spot with a solid heat score total.